Well, the 2022 Memorial Cup presented by IKEA started with a bang as the host team, the St. John Sea Dogs, prevail victorious in game number 1, 5-3 over the Hamilton Bulldogs. Victor Findlay with Kevin Sawyer here from TSN, ready and set for game number 2 now today. Another QMJHL team in action. The champions, President's Cup champions, Kevin, the Shawinigan Cataracts. So much talk about their top 2 big players up front, Maverick Bork, Xavier Bourgault. They'll be relied upon, no doubt about it, in this tournament. But to win, do you think Shawinigan needs some depth scoring as well?
You have to stick with what got you here. There's no doubt that this team is driven by their top line with the players that you mentioned. No doubt about that. That's going to be a really interesting matchup between these teams with Edmonton and the Gooley-Prokop matchup on the back end. So they're going to need that. There's no doubt about that. But I haven't seen a team that's won a championship without depth scoring. They're going to rely on their lines 1 through 4. This is the team that's battle tested, remember. They've played 7 overtimes in the playoffs, 7-0 in that regard. So they do rely heavily on their top line, but they certainly have been tested and play a team game as well.
On the other side, they'll get the Edmonton Oil Kings tonight, the champions of the Western Hockey League. 6-game series against the Seattle Thunderbirds. They were tested a little bit there in the middle of it. How much do you think that WHL Championship Series has prepared them for this year's Memorial Cup?
I would say a blessing in disguise, without a doubt. Boy, were they ever tested against Seattle, who is a gritty, grindy team that can score, they can play physical, and I think they set up the Edmonton Oil Kings to be at their best here in the Memorial Cup. It wasn't an easy out by any means, but you look at their best players, guys like Gooley, Neighbors, Demick, they had really big performances. And you talk about depth, this is a 4-line team. They play their top guys heavily, but they do have a lot of depth and they can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
The last time Edmonton played a QMJHL team at the Memorial Cup was in 2014, the longest game in the history of the tournament when Curtis Lazar scored in triple overtime.